Hello, welcome to analytical classes, and today's video is of VLOOKUP. So first is VLOOKUP with exact match and error handling. So in this case, we'll see how to use VLOOKUP with error handling. We have a table of employee ID and their name. On this side, we have a lookup table in which we will search for the desired employee ID. Here we have to hard code, or in other words, we have to type the employee ID manually. And a name column with lookup the ID for getting the respective name from the table. If the given ID is not present in the table, then it should return not found message as a result. So let's start by typing a ID which is present in the table. Let's type 3654 and then given the formula in the name column will be VLOOKUP. The lookup value is this: employee ID, table array, just full table, column index will be 2 because the name is the second column, 0 for the approximate match. Closing the parenthesis will give us Michael Diaz, which is 3654 Michael Diaz. So the formula is giving us the result for the employee ID. Now let's try for error handling. So let's assume we want to type 1234. So what should be the result in this case? So in this case, we will first of all apply the VLOOKUP formula, which will say lookup value is this, table array is this, column index is 2, and we want an approximate match. So this is the formula, but here we have to handle with error also. So after is equals to, we will say if error, means if this formula returns an error, then in that case give the value which this VLOOKUP will return and comma value if error. Then we want to display a message not found as a result. So here our employee ID is 1234, which is obviously not present in the table. So let's see what happens. It is giving us a result not found. Let's try with some other ID which is present, 4545. So it is giving Nikhil Chawla. So the second use case is VLOOKUP with data validation for dependent drop downs. So we are having a table in which employee ID is given and the names are given. And this is the result table in which employee ID and name are written, and we have to write an employee ID and we have to get the respective name. So instead of hard coding this, we can create a drop down list. So for creating the drop down list, we have to go to data validation, and a window will come. In the any value you have to select list, and in the list source you have to give all the items for the list for the selection. Pressing OK will create a list in which there are employee ID which you have to just select. So now applying the VLOOKUP formula over here, this will be our lookup value. This is the table array, column index is 2 since we need name, then pressing 0 or true for exact match, and we get Sonia Verma, which is 5124. We can check it by selecting anything else, 1478 Kuldeep Singh. So in this way we can create a drop down list. So instead of hard coding, we can select from the given list. The third is VLOOKUP with approximate match for range. In this case we have a table of score and grade. Grade is given, and according to the grade, score is awarded. In the lookup table we have to fetch the grade depending on the score given. In this case we are assuming that the user can enter any number, not specifically 0, 25, 50, 75, 90. So keeping in mind, we have to give the formula over here. So we are giving the formula VLOOKUP. Our lookup value will be here, whatever the user will provide. Lookup array is this table. Column index is 2 because we want grade over here. And instead of exact match, we can say approximate match. For that we have to press 1 or true. Closing the parenthesis and pressing enter will give us the result. Since here nothing is written, it is giving you 0 for F. So fail. The grade is fail. Let's write something else. Let's assume we want 99. It says A. Let's say we want 74. It says C. So what it is doing over here, so 0 to 24 it is giving F, 25 to 49 it is giving D, 50 to 74 it is giving C, 75 to 90 or say 89 it is giving B, and more than 90 it is giving A. So let's check it out. We are typing 1, it is giving F. We are typing 27, it is giving D. We are typing 48, it is giving D. Now coming to typing 74, it is giving C, and typing 88 will give B, and typing more than, let's assume we want to type 120, it is giving A. So in this case we can find the approximate match. Next, coming to VLOOKUP with multiple criteria using helper column. So here we are having a table in which name, region, helper column and a sale is given. What is helper column? Helper column is attaching two columns by concatenating them. What is the need of concatenating them? Because we have to search on multiple columns. Means we have to search on the name and the region also. Means name is A from East. So A East will have how much sales. So for that, instead of giving two lookup or adding two VLOOKUPs, we can get a helper column and we can search on that helper column like we search on any other table. So by multiple criteria, we mean the lookup value is more than 1. So in this case, we are having name, region, sale column, but we have to look up for a combination of name and region. So how to do that? Let's see. So we have created a helper column and here we are about to get the sales. So getting the VLOOKUP, this will be the helper column and our table will be this much only. Column index will be 2 since we want the sale and we want the approximate match over here. Nothing is to be appropriate. So we are not getting anything over here. So let's write it by typing. So we get A East 300. Let's write A North. We get 500. So in this way we can have VLOOKUP with multiple criteria. Next, coming to VLOOKUP with dynamic column index. So in this case we are having a table in which name and their January to April sale is given. In the below table we have to find the result sale from January to April. So applying VLOOKUP in the result table, let's start by entering the name of the desired person, then finding out the sale of each month. So let's write Ravi Kumar over here and let's assume we want the January sale of Mr. Ravi Kumar. So our VLOOKUP will be, table array will be this whole table. Then for column index we have to use match. So lookup value is January. Where we have to look in this array. What should be the match? Exact match. So next, coming to over here, here also exact match. Pressing enter will give us the 92. So we got 92. Now we have to apply this formula in all the columns over here. So for that we have to give the absolute referencing. So our Ravi Kumar, our name will be same always. So referencing it, our table will be the same. So referencing it. Now coming to match, B13 means January has to move. So we are not doing it the referencing, but the range from name to April we have to do that. So done. So now this formula is ready to be copied all over here. So now we are getting 56, 58, 67. So let's change something else, Nikhil Chawla, to here and you will see this change to 80, 56, 45, 96. So in this way we can use match function for getting the column number. Next is VLOOKUP with partial match wildcard characters. So I have uploaded a video on wildcard, so you can check it out for the detailed knowledge about wildcard characters. So here, by wildcard we mean we will not put the whole name or a whole string. We will use wildcard to look up the value. So here we are having a name and employee ID table, and we have to get the name and employee ID of the desired person as we write it down. So let's do some formatting for making it look good, deleting the values over here. So trying it over here, we have to write, let's assume Nikhil Chawla thing, NIK and asterisk. So asterisk means no matter how many character will fall after NIK, but the name should start with NIK. So we look up, our lookup value is this, our table array is this whole table, column index is 2, we need employee ID, and we want an approximate match. So pressing 0 will give us 4545, means Nikhil Chawla is having an employee ID 4545 and the name is starting with NIK, and after that Excel doesn't want to bother how many characters are falling. Let's check it with some other, let's assume GAY, Gayatri and start, and we get 1255. So let's check it with Ravi Kumar, RA, let's say only RA, and press enter. We get 3645. So in this case we are getting the very first entry which is exactly matching with RA asterisk, because Ravi Kumar is having RA and after that a lot of characters are there. In this case Rajiv Sinha is also having the same starting point, but VLOOKUP will fetch the first found ID and give us as the result. So this is about partial match. Let's move. Next, coming to VLOOKUP with conditional lookup nested if. So we are having a table in which they are product and their retail value and their wholesale value, and we have a lookup table for the exercise is that product should be A and type should be wholesale, and we have to get the price. So in this case we have to search for A's wholesale price. Starting with the formula, we will say VLOOKUP and we have to find, or we have to do the lookup for A. Then we will select, so starting with the VLOOKUP formula, we will select the lookup, value will be A, table array will be this whole table. Then for the column index we will use nested if, means we are using if in this VLOOKUP formula. So if logical test, if this cell is equals to retail, then take the column index as 2, otherwise 3. Since for the retail we have to select the column number 2, so we have given value of true is 2, otherwise 3. It will take the wholesale column number. Let's assume if we were having number 3 column also, let's say retail, wholesale, go down price, so we can use another if within this if. So closing the parenthesis, comma, we want true match, so we will close the parenthesis, press enter, and we have to find A's retail price. So we got 50. Let's change it to wholesale. It is showing us 40. Let's change the product. Let's say C, which is giving us 80. So in this way we can use nested if within the lookup function. Next, coming to VLOOKUP with array formula. So let's assume we are having a table over here, product, price and stock, and we have to find the price and the stock together for the product mentioned in this lookup cell. So how we will use the VLOOKUP? Let's try this. Lookup value is this. Now lookup table is this full table. Now instead of giving single column index number, since we have to get two results which are price and stock, So we'll use the curly braces and say 2, 3. Close the brackets and true, because we want the approximate match. So when we will press the enter, we will get both the amounts, which are 60 and 75. Let's change it to grape. We get 45 and 50. In this way, we can get more than one result, means we can have an array of results which may include 1, 2 or as many required number of columns. So this was about VLOOKUP with array formulas. And with this, we complete the 8 ways to use VLOOKUP. If you want to learn more about VLOOKUP, you can check out that. And if you found this video helpful, you can subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thank you so much for watching this video.